Huge engage from both sides.
And I'm nervous for KT, if I'm honest. They had such excellent scaling options you highlighted before. They've just played Orianna Caitlyn.
He has been quite the engine for this team. A lot of carried champions for him, and he's the one piloting the Jarvan. So, Daniel, do you believe in Kanavi to get the first win on the board for a Jarvan?
I mean, yeah, I do, because it looks like he's going to get the first kill in this game. Caster blessed, caster cursed, I'm not sure what to say, but a clean play, good setup from Cream. Kanavi might be able to counter jungle a bit here on the top side, but of course difference in timer between the Grubs and the Dragon these days means there's not an easy objective for him to take back in response.
Yeah, Krugs for Dragon is a very good trade for TES, and 369's full HP, so they're not even worried about any sort of top side, dive or play up there in response from KT. Kanavi arrives, and he does have Smite, so Smite bite.
Going in, Cuz grabbing the initial. Now immediately going to clone out, but Cream is on the way, just forced to flash. Fear of the point-and-click CC coming in from Cream. Stopping Cuz from getting anything else. Really wanted that cheeky steal, but it just does not work out.
Yeah, okay, and that's going to be a full rotation. So look at the cost for this play. TS, full 5 members at Grubs means that Corki down here is actually getting the minions all the way up to the tower, so turret plate for Doctem.
Mid lane's the immediate 1v1. Across the Veil used just for a bit of extra damage onto Cream. Cream forced out of lane, but top lane left isolated. Perfect doesn't even bother to approach, so it's tower for tower trade, but first tower does go to the side of KT.
All right.
Tools with the support of a jungler to chase down, but Kanavi is here to shadow, here to cover. Control ward gives them perfect information as to where Cuz is, and Kanavi wants to kick this one off. Cream looking for the follow-up. BDD ready to go. Weirding doesn't connect. Cream trying to find the angle to get the CC down. Trapped in. Dashed out from Cuz, but just a dash to his death. Cream with a nice kill.
In all of their games here, this is going to turn into the Dragon. They should be able to burn it down.
Second Drake, perfect coming in. KT.
But nobody goes down. So we continue fairly close pace, and the decider are going to be these team fights. TES stacking up the Dragons. Wait.
Jackie Love on the bottom side, BDD trying to get away, but he's already marked up. Nice initial escape across the Veil, comes out. Jackie Love getting lower. Oh, but the Nico's on the way, trying to catch all possible options. Nice footwork from BDD. One more second, does he have enough to get out? No, he does not. 369 brings down the hammer and takes him out on the top side. It's a split play. Kanavi, they know he has no flash, he's easy pickings, but Cream wants to try and turn it back. He summons the bear, but the redemption is there, and there's nothing left for TES.
Nice counterplay from KT. Both teams making plays, opposite side of the map. The TES play is going to result in bot tower, but KT are answering, pushing mid. They'll get their tower answer there, and they got their kill answer onto Kanavi, capitalizing on the previously blown flash. Going blow for blow here, Daniel.
And super important that they're able to do so, right? Because it felt like they were just starting to fall behind, but this is giving them that bit of momentum, giving them that control on the top side, now leading to the Herald. Clone there for Hunk to spot out Cream, but we know he doesn't have access to the bear or the flash, so KT feel pretty comfortable to just take this. They lose mid in the process as well, so KT really swinging things back into their favor. Navi not even going to go for it. I think a good shout overall as Cuz is going to grab the Herald. Potential for KT now to leverage that to get some more prio elsewhere on the map. Case of TES, eyes on Kanavi and Cream. That's the big AoE damage. The flash bill for Hung as well.
Battle Herald summoned in the middle.
Ready to ride away in a blaze of glory. Hung gonna get things kicked off. Only managed to catch Cuz, and he just turns right back and starts free firing. Kanavi cut out the Sundered Sky, doesn't do a damn thing. TES though fighting back. Cream burned down on the side by Perfect. TES holding the line. It's an absolute bloodbath around the Drake, and it looks like they might be able to grab it in the end. They've taken the Hex Deck. Drake, Doctam running. BDD in the back lines. Jackie Love taken down. It's a double kill for Perfect.
And KT destroy them in the team fight.
Coming in from the standard probably gives them all that they need to know. Hung here as well. Recall coming in for 369, but if he TP's in, is it going to be fast enough? 6K getting lower. KT backing off, going to play to punish the TP instead. Looking to delete 369, unstoppable for a brief moment, dashing out to safety now. Ulti coming in from Cream. It's a bloodbath as Otacon remains in the mix, but it's a beautiful equalizer across the lineup. Hung tries to fire back. Across the Veil comes BDD, bouncing to the other side, looking to finish up TES. Jackie Love the barrier, keeping him standing. His barrier goes a little bit too far, and 369 is happy to punish.
Oh, BDD!
Dash back, Weirding keeping him safe. Kanavi ready to cover. KT, are they confident enough to stay on the objective? Yes, they are. They're unconcerned. So many of the ultis missing. They know they can finish this one up, but it's the steal you mentioned, Kobe. Kanavi the hope. Jackie Love here as well. Doctam zoning him out. 5K getting lower, but 369 now has access. Their resistance is getting shredded by the Otacon, but Doctam full health. Zoning with the rockets, the Foss bombs. KT will take the Otacon. Perfect, not gonna have access to a crucial summoner spell, but maybe Cuz with flash is enough.
I will note too, 369 did a good job pushing bottom lane, so they've got the full opportunity to wrap around here. BDD's watching the flank though.
Crucial not to let 369 get onto that backline. Peter going in with the Hex Flash, immediate follow-up. He just gets burned to death by the Equalizer. Hung with the counter engage, but again, the follow-up damage is not there. TES split apart and divided. They fall at the soul. The perfect secure coming in from Cuz just in time. Jackie Love running, flashing, will barely survive, but the soul will not go to TES.
Yeah, soul denied. KT, can they chase anything else down? Doesn't.
Catch out. The public execution, but for who? 369 turning back now. Cuz burned down. BDD might be in trouble. Jackie Love still sticking around, but Docdam happy to just jump in, riding the Corgi off into the night. Jackie Love wants to turn it with the barrier, but it's just not happening. Cream trying to prep the stun. It's ready to go, but he's just waddling out.
Yeah, BDD's
no
got
room
this.
Left. Slow down. The big one. The triple for Docdam. KT coming alive in the late game. BDD presumably at some point will finish a full second item. Maybe hasn't had a chance to back quite yet. His Cream throws down the bear, but it's not doing a whole hell of a lot. Cuz happy to essentially just grab a solo kill. Perfect. And Docdam there to spectate.
Nice job. Perfect soaking the cooldowns. Actual gold lead, because they had one fight after fight after fight, but those fights were very necessary, Dracos, because they have been down 3 dragons the majority of the game. Now they've got, you know, the one for themselves, so they're only -2 on them. But
right, all it takes is one big anti-stun, one mysterious minion. Oh. That was not it. That is the second one that's gone completely awry. KT happy to turn it back. Peter finding the multi-man knockup. BDD to finish that initial kill off. Now starting the chase. Excellent equalizer from Perfect. Living up to his namesake as TES are sent packing in the mid lane. Eyes locked on this Baron, however. No one waiting over the wall to try and zone Kanavi quite yet, but BDD inbound. Peter chasing it. Docdam's out for blood. Cream waiting to fire back with Annie. Cuz is the only one left in the pit. It's 369 to the back line. He's the strong member of the team trying to finish off Peter. Jackie Love finding the angle to Docdam. That's going to be big. The plasma stacks finally popping. BDD, though, chasing him down. Going to finish that one off. It's a double kill for Cuz. Hung, the last man left standing, and he's going to be quick to fall. KT again taking the fight.
Cuz is even going to kill the ward while they're finishing off the enemy support there. Actually assassinating the Corki, but everybody else had already taken so much damage that then they were deep in enemy lines, and they go down as well.
There's never really a right time. Sometimes you just got to have the hard conversation. Cuz, nice backstep coming in. Hung going to be initially caught out. 369 retreating. Redemption coming down from the sky, and Cuz still happy to keep chasing forward. TES zoned away from the pit, but here comes BDD as well. Cream instant flash out. Kanavi going to be caught up by the ultimate coming in from Nautilus, and down he goes. BDD on a rampage.
This team fight is just seamless from KT.
It's going to be tough. They have to expose themselves to the flank. 2 angles of attack potentially coming in for KT. Hung waiting over the wall. Access
is this
to
it?
The flash. The proto belt. Nico ready to go, maybe to kick the fight off. Cream taken out in the blink of an eye, though. Oh my God! 369, the last man left standing. Another double kill for Docdam, and pack it up, boys. KT not messing around.
Yeah, they get their Baron and some extra kills on top of it, Dracos. Now can they chase down a couple more? Hung is going to be able to snare, is going to be able to walk away.
Okay, Kobe, we got a theory craft. If TES are going to make the comeback, is it just a steal? How can they do this? Because KT have been so oppressive, they've been better in the fights, and now they are just so far ahead.
Yeah, if you haven't won the last 5 team fights, then it becomes progressively worse each time because the other team is getting richer and richer and richer. And the other team has 2 Guardian Angels and 2 Zonias. And they have a Mikhails.
Yep. And a Redemption, which Hung obviously does not have.
All right,
oh, that's the ulti. Initial burst damage coming out. Hung looking for the re-engage. BDD able to make it over the wall using the power of the ultimate. Kanavi living for an extra second, but it's not quite enough. Cuz now unstoppable, going right over the wall. It's the 3-man. And we said it, Cuz needed to step up, and he absolutely has in this game 1. Dominant performance on this Wukong. They're not going to wait for Soul. They don't even need it. KT, when you win all the team fights, you win the game. TES sent packing in this series.
Honestly, great performance from every KT member. Great coordination.
Fantastic stuff there. First blood in the series. Interesting, right? It feels like top esports are putting a lot of faith in the individual confidence of their players, because while there is some solid setup for Kanavi in the lanes, it's definitely not as clear-cut.
You want to fight him, but Cuz knows. He's like, all right, yeah, Kanavi's definitely going to be coming for me. I am not going to give him the fight. Yeah. And so he leaves the side. But wait a second, can I be saying so long? Do they want to punish this push on BDD? BDD is 50%.
Flash forward. Rude, it's only going to be the slow, but Kanavi immediately goes in. One more auto contest for the week. He does not quite get the damage. BDD still living. Cream in trouble. Hung over the wall. Hits him with the feather.
They get it. Get his level 6. KT and Cuz pretty happy to stack dragons though with this comp.
Yeah, definitely a lot of potent scaling as we get later in the game. Won't be an Infernal Soul, but they will get that first Infernal Drake. Meanwhile, on the top side, Perfect and 369 continue to trade blows. Level 6 is where we might start to see some action here on the top side, but as you so eloquently put it, Kobe, it's Cassante versus Renekton, so
yeah,
he's ahead in XP, so it's
level
easy for him to
6.
step up here. Hung there as well to cover. Level advantage massive. Kanavi with access steal, but Doctam waiting over the wall. Kanavi, shadow forward, knock up connecting onto Peter. Exhaust already down with the death mark now going in. Peter might just be in trouble with the CC's flawless. Kanavi immediately forced to step back, manages to get the red, healing up just a bit, but BDD now on the way. Miasma over the wall, it means Hung is going to get taken down. Red buff for support, KT covering very well.
I feel like every assassin player is always like, man, they had exhaust. He gets exhausted, Kanavi gets exhausted. It is rough, and 1 for 1. In the very end.
A little bit of damage goes over, tries to get tricky with it, Peter!
And now he's actually dead!
Now Jackie Love's chasing down Doctam. Doctam only level 5, Jackie Love level 6. Surely this is another kill to follow. This game is an absolute bloodbath. Barrier there for Doctam. Tries to land one more Q, doesn't get it. Cream comes over the wall. Thank you very much, sir.
Okay. Walk his way over to lend support, but it is...
Coverage good there. Hung able to get outside of the miasma, though. Not quite perfect setup. Cuz though has already started the objective crucially. They don't really have mid-prio here. It's an even lane state. Because doesn't have vision. Doesn't anticipate them to be dropping a wave. True Shot Barrage is used. They're able to grab 2 grubs. Likely to be just happy with that, but Peter wants a little bit more. Flash out from Hung. Nice look for KT. Able to grab the Summoner spell as well as the 2 grubs, but TS firing back with a grub of their own.
Yeah, no miasma cooldown available there, though. Peter's chasing.
Peter wandering his way in. Drake is going to go down. Kanavi able to take that. Peter holding onto the ulti as long as possible. Heal coming out. Perfect flashing and immediate stun. Cleanse coming out from Jackie Love. Charm is there from Hung. Jackie Love now moving backward. You're going to be able to pull in the feathers, but Peter just refuses to go down. Hung waiting off to the side. Kanavi going in with the ulti. And in the meantime, it's a turn right back. BDD not quite able to land it, but the interrupted to come through just in time. 369 dropping down. Cream able to make it out with the Realm Warp. And again, KT in the team fights. Side Peter may be ready to make a move here in mid lane.
They definitely want BDD. Again, though, Blue Trinket is going to see him, and BDD's out. They're going to make a counterplay.
TP happy to sack bottom side. There's not even a way for them to play for. Now it's 369 who needs to get running. Cuz can just steal away all those resistances as well. Locked up. The pillar there too. BDD just running him down. 369 nowhere left to go. The Q3 not enough.
Arm's length. You're slowed. You're on the miasma.
It's the counterplay the balance team promised us.
Yeah.
But we infrequently see.
3v1 him. That's
3v1, just CC him. Got it, yes.
Teleports out, they go make the cross map play on the other side. They get a kill, plus they're gonna still do the side lane tower trades, and Cuz is gonna get +1 on the mid lane tower with his Rift Herald. So Cream does get the bottom tower, but BDD is gonna get the top side one as well. KT and Peter doing a good job. They go bully out, they take the vision. Dragon started up. I think honestly, just keep 369 pushing top. Don't even teleport him down.
The controversial arcane shift into the Zed move, probably a testament to how comfortable KT are feeling in this game, as it's Jackie Love who now might be in trouble. Headbutt pulverized comes out, pillar ready to follow, redemption coming down, Jackie Love getting a little bit more space, the feathers ready to be pulled back, double root, but he'll still die in the end. Perfect TPing to the top side. KT might be playing for a little bit more here.
Jackie caught. Are the rest of them caught? At least some of them are.
Oh,
ooh,
okay.
Nice.
Kanavi's going to need to get tricky. Now goes back, wants to ult onto Doctam. Is going to spin a little bit, needs to get to the blast cone in time. I don't think there's any way he's going to be able to grab the kill. The pillar sends him sky high. But TES really just haven't been first to set up on these objectives, and KT with this Ezreal really have the range advantage. It's so hard for TES to approach. Kanavi caught out. Beautiful layering. Kanavi forced back. That's the living shadow. Redemption now coming down, holding on for an extra second. Peter getting low. The Unbreakable Will about to fade away. Jackie Love still here, but it's perfect on the flank. The cleanse being forced out from Jackie. Perfect dashing back with the dice. Jackie Love continues to auto attack. In the meantime, the combo! It comes in. Cuz getting the kill onto Cream. Perfect zoning off single-handedly the TES bottom lane. Massive. Hung does not, has Spellbook, but doesn't have Smite. No reason to walk forward there, but wants to spot it. Will know that it's going down, and again, The advantages for KT only continue to stack further and further in their favor.
Yeah, is it quiet because okay, wait a second.
Because they don't want to believe, but I'm starting to believe because Kanavi looking good is dead. The body block's coming in, the feathers are flying. Kanavi just barely able to make it out. Peter locked up, the feathers coming through. The will looking breakable. Is the shutdown finally there? A glimmer of hope for TES.
Top play as well. Teleport up here for a 2v1 on Perfect.
Perfect, quick stun. Cream now coming around the wall. Cuz trying to collapse on Jackie Love in the meantime. It's a split play across two fronts. Jackie Love caught out. Realm Warp to get them a little bit closer to Perfect. Jackie Love holding on nicely. They don't really have an angle of attack there. Dominus coming out for Perfect in the meantime. One dash going through. Knocked back by 369, but he manages to make it over the wall. Hung now chasing. Flash forward. The stun to interrupt, but it's not enough to stop the knockup. It's a shutdown for Cream. TES grab another. They're just really not in a good spot here. Kanavi laying down the shadow, but immediately forced out of the pit. Good discipline from the side of KT to not give him that angle.
Yep. Chased out, and soul point for KT.
Damage composition from KT, so it makes sense that he would delay a bit. Peter, I'm gonna step forward, alting the quickness now there. Miasma to block a bit more as Kanavi's forced back solo by Peter, but BDD's just on the chase. Kanavi zoned away, excellent pillar to isolate Cream. Twin Fangs coming out, that's the ulti. Cream able to sidestep. BDD getting a little bit lower, but the Redemption keeping him topped up, and now he's just running Cream down. KT, effortless collapse on the top side. Kanavi trying to get tricky, good sidestep.
There is split push going on, so they will get one tower in payment this time around.
They're not, right now with the death timers on Cream, they've already got 15. KT might just settle for this tier 2, however. Position they're in, it doesn't really demand that they force an objective. They're very calmly advancing through this game. Laner, and they didn't build as Zhonya's. They're not even scared. There's not even an item or component leading towards the Seekers. That is how unconcerned BDD is about
like
the threat on him.
or something next, but they're just going to burn this thing down.
Kanavi, 10K on the objective. Have to keep eyes on Kanavi. He's the one that can make the steal happen. Immediate start to the fight is looking good as Cream is caught out. Redemption to get him topped up, but most of TES is going to be splitting off. Peter going to use the McHales on himself to survive a little bit longer. In goes 369, trying to find the isolated target, but for now, BDD is untouched. The feathers fly as Jackie Love goes up and comes right back down. Triple kill for Dockdown, and the isolated 1v1. 369 only find a brief moments for an honorable duel as KT cut him to pieces.
Quadra kill for Dockdown this time around, and KT are staring straight at a 3-0 through Swiss.
Incredible stuff from this lineup. So composed in these mid to late game scenarios. TES so often dominant in the early game, so often clutch in the team fights, but we are seeing none of that in the face of KT. Likely to break open the base of TES, but TES commit to the 1-3-1. In this case, it'll be a 4-1 as Cream still solo pushing that top side, wants the additional gold, wants that bounty. However, it's just so hard for them to defend the range of the Ezreal, the all-in threat. Cream returning means they might have an angle of attack. Heal comes out from Peter. Headbutt pull only onto 369. In the meantime, Perfect getting things off. Perfect getting lower, or Peter, excuse me, getting lower as Dockdam continues to rain Mystic shots from the sidelines, and KT content to just take 2 inhibs. Started, Sweeper's now going to get used. TES, see they have a potential angle of attack, but walking through the choke against BDD is terrifying. The Miasma to stop the follow-up. 4K getting lower. Kanavi needs to move in, but the stun, Perfect ready with it to try to take it away. 3K, eyes on the objective, eyes on the soul. KT holding on in the fight in the meantime. Docked and BDD for now untouched. The dragon ignored, it's no longer important. Cuz keeping things going. Cuz versus 369 in the pit, it does not matter. Jackie Love flashing back, Feathers ready to pull back, but the damage is not there. BDD is just stronger. The soul is theirs, the series is theirs. KT dominance in this 2-0 matchup.
Welcome to the group stage. KT gonna get through unless Cream and Kanavi literally can have a miracle happen right now.
KT pushing in, BDD flash forward, Perfect dashing through to give some, okay, that wasn't it. But at the end of the day,
no miracle.
It still works out. KT, I don't know if you believed or didn't believe, but either way, KT fans, it worked. KT moving on to knockouts, moving on to the bracket stage.
Flandra locking the Kled. There you go, there's some more AD threat.
These are wild compositions to wrap your head around. Sided than it was the previous time, but still working out very well for them.
Yeah. Meanwhile, we are going to get Maokai pressure on bottom side. So everybody still has flashes, should be fine, but Tarzan's got some time to work with, so.
High wing, very close to the wall there, immediately going to get knocked back with the arcane smash and just deleted.
This time around, it's Maokai, point and click with the flash, gets the kill, immediately gets the objective. And as I said up before this, he had the full time because all his camps are cleared. So this is as efficient as you get from each of them. And Kled is still bottom technically, but the ult can close a lot of distance, so could clear the wave, start walking up, and might still get here for the later grubs. But as of now, the first one is cleanly taken without smite by Junja, so he still has smite to secure another one. Just Q smite that one, 2 for sure. 2 for sure, 3 for sure. Kled's not coming, Kled's not coming.
And that is CFO being first to that top wave, right? Getting pushed first. So Doggo and Kaiwing could move down first, as well as Shanks able to, Rest able to wander up. Now it looks like it might cost him a plate. Really only Hope completing that initial item. And finally get the setup around Drake.
Yeah, you know, seeing the Nami finally join as well on top side. They're able to finish off the bottom side cross-map objective play for themselves. It's just massive in this game as well because of them. Here we go.
Ulti in, tanking the tower. Shanks caught out. Decimating smash not quite going to come through. Shanks, one more stack of the Cyclone as they start to spin right on top of him. Rum Warp there, but Junja, crushing blow, just takes him down.
Beautiful surgical dive there from CFO on top side. Mid lane as well, the pressure, but...
Forced to ulti, but almost able to threaten the kill onto Doggo. Is forced to use the barrier in the end, but they get the heal out from Kaiwing too.
So nicely done from CFO. Even though your tower is traded on the bottom side, you make the early move, you get the kill there, and mid lane was able to apply a little bit of pressure as well, but still fairly even. Towers just traded.
Oh, hold the thought. Doggo stepping up, massive damage on the Foss bomb. Here comes Honkyu. Tarzan's got nowhere to go. Twisted advance to get him out a little bit extra healing, but Honkyu snipes the kill.
Plus, I get the extra pick. While they're doing Rift Herald, they get the kill free. Here, onto Tarzan. Tarzan, no flash either.
I mean, no ult for the Yunara. They just don't do enough damage. Kyle forced to rocket belt out away from Doggo. CFO using these spikes beautifully. And I gotta say, they've just been a step ahead. CFO continue to impress.
I think he has delivered. Let's see if they can again in this game. No, he has one of their 2 kills. The Aurora is just such a big champ here, and here we go. They get their damage on the tower, and the Rift Herald's going to finish it off.
CFO and Honkyu pushing in the mid wave are going to finish it off. Opens up so much of the map for them. Honkyu wandering in, hoping to catch out Hope. Kyle off to the side. Ulti out from Honkyu. Zoning away. Kyle getting his flash before the big fight is going to be big, but here's the response. The charge now coming out. Ulti from Tarzan. They see a window of opportunity. Tidal wave response. Flandre into the back line. Junja immediately backing up. Doggo for now untouched. Flandre zoned away. Forced to flash away from the bubble. Doggo stepping up. Junja, the reset on the Cyclone just in time. Flandre's got him on a rope, but I don't think that's where he wants to be. Honkyu with the follow. CFO take the fight.
CFO are flying high. That is everybody still alive. 4-4-0. And they own Summoner's Rift.
How many teams crumble in that moment when the immediate re-engage comes in from the opposition? CFO turn it right back, not scared whatsoever. Ulti for Kyle's flash, knowing there's no return. Honkyu, the tiniest bit of mana, 30, almost flawlessly calculated to get him through that fight. And CFO, they were in control, but they were behind on Drake's. Now they've just got everything going for them.
Yeah, both insane from him. And that's why I credit Honkyu with going to attack him. You know, you force out the flash, you force out the proto belt.
And again, heads up, we've seen this at MSI, we've seen this a lot in high-level League of Legends, but attacking the cooldowns.
Acts as a turret here on the Corki.
And it's a good moment for Doggo because you can see if that was a Jarvan, if that was something else. Hold that thought, charge on the way in. Tarzan trying to bully his way forward. Doggo already used the cleanse, locked up for a moment. Flandre right into the back line, but Rest is here to respond. Doggo for now untouched. Flandre demounted and running. 5K on the Otacon. Honkyu popping off with the ultimate. It's a tidal wave across the entire team fight, and he catches Kyle. Crucially, but Honkyu about to fall. Invisible for a moment. The side step. Otacon might finish him off. It's a Realm Orbit coming in for the meantime, and Shanks, but he's not quite sure where he wants to be. Shanks into the back line, but it's Shanks who goes into the tower and will fall. Otacon resetting. Tarzan and AL on the retreat, and it's CFO again making their mark on Summoner's Rift, finding the fight on the top side of the map as Junja spins after Tarzan and takes down the AL jungler.
Exquisite League of Legends from CFO!
Otacon, an easy pickup now. A replay I cannot wait to see. Again, responding so well, the entire team ready to protect Doggo when Flandre forced his way into the fight. And AL once again behind the ball, behind the play. close, but not able to finish out. It'll take a bit of time, but Otacon is theirs. The gold lead is theirs. The advantages just continue to grow.
Man, Hongyu surviving.
CFO so good at capitalizing on the split-second decisions, these tiny moments. AL, it looks like they're all going at the same time. No, Shanks is a little bit further back, so they don't hesitate to dive in. Doggo knows that the damage from Tarzan and Kyle on one flank isn't enough to kill him, so he is in the face of that Maokai at the start.
Like it, but is it true? Rise has Realm Warp. Rise has Realm Warp. He could Realm Warp his team closer.
CFO betting a ton on this play. Kyle still waiting off to the side. They know almost all of the ultis are missing. Flandra has his, as does
Maokai Q
Shanks.
smite!
Maokai Q smite! Tarzan gets it! Flawless read, Kobe's the fight now breaks out. Flandra off to the side, Rest isolated, but Junja is still standing. AL got the worm now, they need to get to the fight. Hope continuing to step forward. CFO forced back. They thought they had the damage, but the math was wrong. Flandra in the midst of the entire team, ready to demount, continuing to go, finding a hell of a lot of courage now in this late game fight because it's Hope and AL. Realm warped into the back line, but Rest says we're gonna get something back.
There's only one survivor for AL. It's Shanks, and Hongyu
goes in, takes him down.
Comes through, and even though Doggo gets taken down, he does a lot of burst damage, enough so that Rest can then finish off the kill by flashing forward. And then Shanks tries to teleport out because he sees the teleport.
Angles of their own. So hard to get that creative Maokai angle that you mentioned earlier. So both sides just continue to poke. Doggo still walking forward with a lot of confidence, but has to give a little bit more respect as ulti now coming in for Flandra. Immediate TP coming on the backside. That's Hongyu on the way to the fight. He does have the ulti up and available. Tidal wave going in. Hongyu coming back. Ulti just in time. Wants to take down Shanks, but doesn't quite have the hard CC. Shanks manages to make it out. But Rest keeps driving forward as Hope falls. Tarzan and Kyle on the backline, but all of the damage is gone. Tarzan will not be enough. Kyle finally finds the engage, but it's too little. It's too late because it's Junja moving in the whirlwind there. AL crumbling. Flandra comes back into the fight just in time to watch AL fall to pieces. The Quadra coming in for Doggo. CFO dominate game one.
The Oysters look exceptional today. CFO are going to march on the Nexus Towers.
And it's going to take a second because there's no way.
The minions are going to follow shortly.
But it's 12 seconds to Kyle, it's 23 seconds to Hope. It's not enough. CFO moved better around the map, fought better, out executed. 5-0-11 for Hongyu, Quadra for Doggo. Kyle is not enough. CFO alongside the Braum can be a lethal duo.
Yeah, I love the mobility. When you're facing this AL squad here, mobility looks very good to get away from.
Wandering in again. Often with the Ziggs, you can take control of the lane early on, but Braum is just so good into these melee options. It makes it hard for Kyle to do much. And Junja to commit to the dive, moves in, Central Charge doesn't do a whole hell of a lot. 3 markup, that's 4 on the concussive blows. Kaiwing now moving out. Tower angle flawlessly traded. No one nearby to punish.
To contest, Leona's pretty far away. Leona and Oriana will come, but it is later.
Tarzan. Ready with the winter comes lightning. Shanks level 6, so is Hongyu. 800, Smite gonna finish it. Kyle wants to keep the fight going. Junja isolated off to the side, but it's Hongyu immediately diving in on top of Tarzan, trying to stop any fall. But now it's a 3v2 in the river. Hongyu absorbing so much pressure, likely gonna cost him his life, but he manages to take one with him. CFO grabbed the objective, likely to take down Kyle as well. 1-for-1 trade thus far on top of the Drake. Flandra doesn't hit the ult! It's so close, pixels away. Kaiwing, they managed to go right back in. Kyle holding on for an extra second. Feet of warfare there. Kaiwing right in the back of the pit. He's a dead man walking, doesn't have a flash. They're gonna take a bit more time and clean him up, but my God, what a start to game 2.
Well, okay, Tarzan gets chased out of stealing the red, but they should be able to at least, they're gonna finish the burst on this one.
Finish the burst. Rest ready to contest. Doggo waiting off to the side. Coling up and available. That's Junja coming down from the stars. Tarzan isolated face first with Rest. It's going to be a tough fight, but in comes the public execution on the backside. Down goes Rest. Kyle going to take the kill. Another one going to fall as Kaiwing gets taken out. Honky versus Shanks in the bottom lane, but it might not matter. Tarzan's running for his life. Junja ready to finish that one off. Doggo gets it with a piercing light. Honky will escape in the bot lane 1v1.
Okay, so +1 on the kills for CFO. The Pantheon ultimate allows the chase. Junja is able to force the fight. They get the extra kill. They're not going to get the extra grub, I don't think, yet, because the teleport from Leona. No. Yes?
Maybe.
So yeah.
Yes.
So Leona did Tarzan, removing the enemy jungler so they could go get the 1 grub, but Tarzan then goes back to collect the final. No shroud.
Go in. Knows that he has to commit at least a little bit to get away. Wave being held. Instantaneous knockup. Nice back tap coming in from Hongyu. Redemption coming in. Healing there. They'll finally cut him down. In the meantime, a push back in the mid lane for CFO, but well played by AL.
Okay, Pantheon has ulti, so Kaiwing's trying to make time right now. They could Pantheon ulti up with the dolly.
Push in. So they want to keep playing fight. Kyle so low. Just barely able to escape the spear. The extra damage might have finished the job.
See Akali pressure up there?
Yeah.
It makes the positioning through River really dangerous for your low mobility carry.
Also, you have to keep in mind that Shanks has ticked over to level 11. It was slightly before Hongyu. Hongyu has just now gotten his, but the level 2 on that shockwave can be devastating. So something that CFO have to respect is rest. Isolating Flandra.
That was, I believe, I don't know if we saw it, but Flandra flashed.
Flandra flashed, equalizer down, and of course, no way to cancel the Ambessa TP, so I like the decision to chunk out there.
AL, use that mid to get your mid priority, and then you can just have an easy setup for this Dragon number 3. And while Hongyu is pushing topside, CFO can just make the decision to give up Dragon number 3. They don't have to keep stacking them. It's the choice right now for CFO between, do we keep our Akali split pushing? I mean, the tower's going to go down early, so I guess he could just get the tower and then still have time to teleport in. Are we going to see it?
Not wanting to risk, I think, the full-on 5v5 without the setup, respecting Shanks on this Orianna, respecting the AoE damage that can come through. So instead, prioritizing the side lanes, giving up mid lane in exchange for top lane. Will they concede the Drake?
Oh, he's teleporting. Here we go.
They do want the full fist fight. Kaiwing kicking things off, already exhausted. Off on the backside, it's Rez who's getting deleted, but he manages to go golden for a brief moment. Hongyu trying to immediately follow up. Tarzan isolated. Follow-up is there, but the ulti's keeping him safe. Hongyu immediately into the midst of the entire team as Flandra is forced back for a brief moment. Junja flashing in. Shockwave yanking him right back as Hongyu continues to live, but it's hope on the backside. Hongyu alive once again. Flandra re-engaging. The shield keeping him standing. Flandra in the midst of the entire team. He manages to make it work.
What a fight! AL clutch it out there. They're going to get the Dragon on top of all of the extra kills.
Impressive stuff. Exactly what AL needed. A gold lead, the momentum in their favor, stopping the Dragon, stacking, taking a fight off CFO.
Holy, okay. They get the extra flower petals. They get the Drake on top of it. Wow, what an amount of damage there. And the flank round the backside with the extra wave clear here. They can set up for the bottom side of the map easily. You know, top side tower goes down, and so Otacon on bottom side. They've already taken care of mid tower, so.
Moments ago, both sides knowing how crucial this Otacon is. That's the ulti coming in for Junja. Sees them in the pinch. Wants to go in. Tarzan using an ulti but on an immediate shutdown. Hongyu trying to find his way onto Hope to make sure that no more damage can follow up. Flash forward, stun from Kyle, and they take down Hongyu. 4-man stack from CFO though, still standing, still strong. 2 down.
And if they bring Ziggs over.
Kaiwing has TP. Is immediately going to TP back to the fight. They need to be careful though. Their resistances are getting shredded. Hope is going to hit like a truck. They're trying to zone Kaiwing out of the fight for a brief moment.
Burn it.
4K,
the patience, they let the patience.
Getting lower. Altin coming in from Flandre, immediately takes down one. TP coming in the meantime for the rest of AL. Flandre flashing back to get away from Doggo. Wants to turn the fight back. Doesn't have the shield up in time as Doggo gets one back in return. AL holding the bottom lane. Standing strong. They will not concede the Herald. The patience starting to run thin. And it looks like we're going to have to go one more time because Otacon's not out of this one yet.
For it again. Are we getting back to set up for
one
this?
More time. Junja ulting again. Rinse and repeat. We've seen this one before, but this time it's Hope who's been isolated. Hope trying to flash away, rest off to the side. Hope blocked out the satchel, not nearly enough to keep him standing. That's the ulti from the Ziggs. Not having a whole hell of a lot of effect. Hongyu ready to retreat if need be, but Tarzan knows that he needs to follow. Equalizer to split the fight. They don't have tri-bush control. CFO, it's not a great angle to start. Rest is incredibly low, but they do have the man advantage. Instead, the Drake now set in their sights. Shanks moving in. Level 15 on the Orianna. The shockwave will hurt, but CFO refused to group. Doggo waiting over the wall. Coling to split the fight. Need to keep Tarzan away. 2K getting lower. Tarzan steals it, but Hongyu uses the Mega Blast Cone to get in. Instantly, he's suppressed by Flandra, denying the engage back in return. But AL get what they came for. They take the Drake. Safety, AL continuing to chip away at these summoner spells, but their focus isn't on the objective. Junja gonna walk forward too. They're risking so much just to attempt to steal. Finding kills back now. He's knocked up. He's taken down. Tarzan grabs another. Patience resetting on Otacon. Rest about to fall, holding onto his life. Surely, AL get the objective.
Good focus from AL to go for kills and not over tunnel on the Otacon. Tarzan constantly looking for anyone stepping up from the side of CFO. They get the kill onto Junja, and they will finally, Dracos, get the Otacon.
That's the patient composure we were missing in game one from AL, playing for the kills, not giving the opportunity for any cheeky fast plays. CFO now, after the Otacon is taken, do respond with a tower of their own.
Really good focus from AL on attacking this Akali. Flandra and Tarzan have just had their eyes set on him, constantly getting these big engages onto the Akali. Even with the Otacon being taken and the dragon being stolen by AL, and even with this tower going down, they're still slightly behind in gold.
Argo chasing, poke damage onto Kyle. Just be careful not to overcommit here,
Pantheon
but Junja might just be on the way, and he is! It's the Pantheon! Right to the back line, Aegis assault to block any fall-off damage, decent equalizer to kick things off, but Tarzan is relatively untouched. Hongq in the midst, the team almost immediately gets taken down. Ulti from Flandra! So many low health bars! Flandra, Tarzan, and Shanks tear through CFO!
AL are gonna get that Baron. I don't think there's anything Junja can do about it. Flash not coming off cooldown. AL will strike back here in game two.
The re-engage is just so lethal. The confidence to start from CFO is good, but AL play it beautifully.
Chasing into Orianna Ziggs, Dracos.
Much to deal with. The squishy members of CFO. AL in firm control, leveraging this Baron to its fullest potential here. Red Bull Baron power play.
Shanks with the 5k damage in that last fight, and Shanks is, if you consider a stacked up Dark Seal a real item, which is like, it's kind of a real item, and he's got the Blighting Jewel as well for it's like, it's kind of like a half item there. He's pretty full, and with the Baron buff, AL, they're not gonna let you breathe for very long. Taking down mid tower inhibitor, under fire as well. The dragon is on the table, so after inhibitor, they're gonna go towards bottom side, take down that turret.
And there's not a lot of counterplay from CFO outside of forcing an engage, but it's AL who will force it first. Tarzan getting us ticked off, immediate knockup. Down goes Rest. CFO gonna retreat, holding line for now, but again, AL have more range, better siege tool, more threat. CFO can only force a fight. It's their only recourse against the push, against the pressure that AL are putting down. Junja gonna kick things off. Wander still has the GA. Aegis assault to keep him standing for now. Will retreat. Ball pulled back as Hongq tries to get a little bit more space. Dash back, but he still gets clipped. Doggo now running. Wind becomes lightning as he's caught out. Forced back into the fountain as AL determined to take us to game three. Beautiful team fighting across the board. Hongq shut down and denied time and time again. Honestly, like one of this year's most standard drafts. It's good for a reason, right? These are all picks that have been good at different points in the minute. They're all very safe picks, whereas AL are cooking a little bit more. You know, you have the LeBlanc Jhin combo, you have this Trundle Rek'Sai topside.
With this, Ocean Dragon slows as well, so it can be annoying to disengage from. Teleport comes down to fully commit though for CFO, and that's going to scare off the rest of AL. So good job fully committing. CFO, get it.
It's not really a great position for CFO to contest. They have level 6, they have MF ult, but way better vision setup. They might be able to get one. That seems the most likely trade. AL immediately going to back away. I think that makes sense. No reason to commit to the fight once CFO are able to arrive. Just be happy with two that you basically got for free.
Okay, content with that. So one objective as of yet, and we'll have to wait another minute for the dragon, but
Shanks stunned, but a nice pullback means that
Alistar behind. Alistar headbutt.
Through. Kyle not quite able to get the angle. Rest flashing out, immediately gonna pop the dominance. Tarzan coming to the wall. Rest very likely to fall. Q healing. That's the cold of meat, keeping him standing for an extra second. He wants to dash out, but down he goes. Shanks with first blood.
Very nice overstay there. Kyle still behind in enemy jungle. He is warding up. Bottom side.
Just a big rock, not enough to finish off Laundry. Flash out as well. Good job surviving on the bottom side.
Rockets that are for you to set up. And anyways, the timing on that is actually important. You know, Junja goes for a little bit of a shorter release on the Q, so he doesn't get interrupted. But top side,
knock back on the Laundry. Has access to the tunnel, but not quite. Oh, he's going to be able to get in range, even with the healing reduction. Able to get enough help. Waiting over the wall, though. Who could it be? It's the buy. It's Junja. Laundry living for an extra second, but it'll be Hongq grabbing the kill. Of course, in the meantime,
by Trundles with Trinity Forces.
Yeah, Trinity Force people in general, and then above that, Trundles with Trinity Force. And that's the thing, right? These item spikes coming through, due in part to that first kill on the top side, means Shanks and Tarzan got theirs a little bit quicker, able to provide that threat, and now denying CS in bottom lane.
And you give the solo, you give the gold to the LeBlanc here. Quickly funnel this burst damage. So Shanks cashes in.
Come Shanks hopping over the wall, looking for a bit of that poke. TP now coming in for Flandra. Skirmish line set up. Eyes on Doggo for that ulti. HongQ dividing the fight with the wall, but Tarzan interrupts him with a pillar. Flick back onto Kyle is good. Flandra looking for the multi-man knockup. Doggo still standing, holding off that ultimate. 2 more seconds, but there the bullets go. Doggo grabbing the kill on Kyle. AL retreating, but they're not leaving quite yet. The curtains have been called. Doggo backing off, slowed for a brief moment. Junja splitting his attention, wants to finish the Herald, but Tarzan there, ready. A Q smite potential to come through, but Tarzan has no flash. CFO secure the Herald.
Doggo is the bigger carry here. They just melt through the front line. Alistar ult, don't care. Front target, just burn through him. Here we go.
On Q. Knock was there. Flanders trying to do pretty good damage with the Tiamat. Shanks on the way in as well. HongQ surely is just going to fall. That's the ulti from Flandre to get another one down. Joji wants to make it the hell out, but he can't. Tarzan flashing forward, the body block. The Vault Breaker breaking absolutely nothing, and Shanks gets another.
Game 3 here. AL answer back, trying to keep it close. You can just pop it mid as long as you guarantee it gets the engage off, which it very well should, unless Trundle is there and can foil you with a pillar. Then that should mean that the Rift Herald will guarantee mid, and topside is guaranteed here from HongQ. So tower collection time for CFO, dragon collection time for AL.
And of course, when you look at both teams, the gold is very clear where the teams have advantage. Doggo 1.4k gold lead for himself. More healing reduction coming out. Second full item is going to be, and then it's Shanks. 2-0-1, 400 gold lead doesn't seem massive, but he's really going to start hurting here as Kaiwen's able to block most of the damage with the Celestial opposition. Now the Herald charge going to come through. Waiting, the interrupt isn't quite there. Instantaneous ulti coming in from Doggo. CFO don't hesitate to pull the trigger, and it might just be 2 quick kills in the blink of an eye. Shanks trying to give him more damage down, but Junja is still standing.
Fortune ultimate, and 2 towers taken for CFO.
And this is so incredibly important to break open mid like this, to decrease the amount of passive map control AL have. He holds it. If he can use it on Shanks before that burst damage comes through, so much of that impact is going to be mitigated. Doggo walking in, he has the Bloodthirster, not afraid to tank some of his damage. Big chunk onto Hope. It is the Jhin. He can't stay in the back line, but we'll have to be careful. TP coming in from behind of CFO.
Camp that telly.
Vault Breaker ready to go, trying to jump in on the Flandre. Flandre immediately retreating. Wall splitting the entire fight. HongQ knocked away. Curtain call coming out. Last bullet not quite going to connect. One more coming in for Hope, but he can't get anything done. Ulti from Doggo doesn't do too much work, and it's Riverest who might be in trouble. Kyle backing away. 3K on the objective. All comes down to the smite on the Otacon. Ulti in to make sure he gets the pin. It's getting lower and lower. Who gets it in the end? AL keeping the fight going, but no. It's Tarzan in the clutch who manages to take the Otacon. Flandre with the foul up. The double. Make it a triple. And Shanks to run down Kaiwing as AL get everything.
AL, they put their flag in the dirt at Otacon. Finish off the kill the front line, and follow through with the fight.
And now, this is what makes AL's composition so terrifying. Once they're in the driver's seat, there's just no safe place on the map. You highlighted it beautifully, right? The ulti from Junja to make sure that he could get into the pit. Didn't need to use it for a kill, but in the 50-50, in a battle of pure skill, it's Tarzan who comes out on top in the smite fight, and AL who dominate the exchange. It was CFO with almost 4,000 gold in their advantage. Doggo almost 2K individually. Now starting to even up here as AL looking good in this mid game.
They certainly are. Dragon number 3 on top of the Otacon for AL. And now, the stacks that we were keeping track of for Shanks is fully stacked.
Shanks for the first time gets to do the LeBlanc thing. Moves in with support, they lay down vision, he can hide in the darkness, but instead it's Junja hiding in the darkness. Nice start onto Tarzan, but he's staying standing for an extra second. The full channel on the ulti as Doggo gets the kill. The pillar doesn't quite connect, and now it might be Kyle in trouble. Shanks waiting over the wall, trying to take down Doggo, but Doggo has the healing to stay standing. Shanks not able to get the kill down. Flandre, they want the follow. Doggo finally drops, it's Hope who finds the last shot. 2 more bullets left in the chamber, might be able to get something done. Flandre retreating, AL on the way out. CFO continue to work their way back. Easy soul setup for AL.
Yep, there you go. How do you deal with the LeBlanc poke? AL, they're going to have the Chemtech soul on top of it.
TP mid. Rest forced to backdash. Moving up to the top side, threatening the Baron. Kyle waiting over the wall. Oh my gosh, this is going to be devastating. Kyle goes over, immediate pop. Doggo tries to pull channel, but Kyle has the interrupt. Curtains calls, and now it's Shank and Flandre to follow up. CFO being routed, forced back. HongQ still standing. Doggo still alive for a brief moment, but it's the tag team of top jungle to tear him down. HongQ knocked out as well, and they don't need a Baron. They want the series. AL barreling down mid.
AL want that quarterfinal spot, and they're gonna take it.
AL with one final push. The patience. Once they had the lead for Shanks, there was no coming back for CFO. Rest versus the world. A few moments to watch the wave come in, but it is AL taken out in game 1, bouncing back in game 2 and 3. They've taken down HLE, they've taken down Genji, and now it's CFO as they move on to the quarterfinals.
These were some of the best highlights from today's matchup. Which moment was your favorite? Let me know in the comment section below. This is OP, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.